Okay, within the shortest moment, I'm going to give a clear explanation on how to deploy your HTML and CSS code into the Azure portal, that is into the cloud accounts. So firstly, I'm going to open my web browser. I'm going to be making use of my Microsoft Edge. So once I open here, I'm going to, for those of you who do not yet have a cloud account or an Azure account, the first thing you do is to open a cloud account. I'm going to show you that with the help of this. Just simply come into your web browser, then you go to portal, portal.azure.com. Click your enter. When you open this, it's going to bring you to the home page where you fill in all the necessary informations that are required of you. Then while doing that, there are different ways of uploading your code into the cloud account. One, you can do that through the DevOps platform. Then two, you can do that through your VS Code. Then you can also upload directly through the deployment center. But right now we'll be using the cloud DevOps platform. So the first thing you do is to create an account. You click on create one. For those of you who do not have an account yet, you click on create one. But for myself, I already have an account, so I'm not going to create another account. So the moment you click on create one, it's going to bring out, if you already have any Microsoft account, it will bring it up, then you select. But if you do not have, you can click on use another one. Then it will take you to where you need to create a Microsoft account. So you put in an account name. After doing that, it's going to lead you to a process where you input all the necessary details that are required of you to get an account. Then once you are done with that, Microsoft always requires you to enter your payment detail as a means of verification that you are a real person and that you have a physical location. Then after the verification, you will be logged into a portal that looks like this. So let's come over here now. It's going to bring you into a portal that looks like this. This home page. Yeah, it's going to bring you into somewhere that looks like this immediately after creating your Azure account. This is where you can have access to all the Azure, Microsoft Azure services, where you can have your resource group, as you can see here, your resource group, your cost management, your subscription, a visual network, application gateway, and the rest of them, a visual machine. Then if you look closely here, you also see that I have some of the recent services that I used over the last period of time. These are the recent services that I used. So this is what you see on your home page. So now back to the business of the day. I will go over to the search bar and I will search for a web service, a web app, or I can easily come down to create a resources. Then once I come inside here, it's going to give me a list of available resources that Microsoft have. Here I have a whole lot of them, then I can search. But if you could not find the particular service that you are looking for, you can always come down to this search bar. Okay, since you are working on a Microsoft Azure web app, you just click on web app and you see it's already out, so I'll just select it, the first one. Okay, so here we have it. This is exactly what you are looking for, a web app here. So I'll click on it, then I'm going to click on create. Now there are several ways of doing this. Is either you do it as using the GUI. When I say the GUI, I mean a graphic user interface, or you do it with a CLI, that is command line interface. But right now we'll be making use of the graphic user interface. Now I'll come down here and I'm going to, this is my subscription name. Once you create your Microsoft account, Microsoft is going to assign a subscription to you. So this is my subscription name. Then I'm going to create, for the sake of this video, I'm going to create a new resource group, though I already have some resource groups here, but I'm still going to create another one. A resource group is just like a container that holds all the resources together for the purpose of classification or categorization. So I'm going to create a new one. Let's call it test resource. Okay, I'll click on OK. Then I will go to the web app name, the name of the web app that we want to deploy. I will say test app. Okay, now, so because I am going to be deploying, okay, the app name is already taken up, so let's say test app 01. So because what we are going to be uploading is still not available, okay, let's say test ep. Okay, it's available, so we're going to make use of the test ap. So just because we are uploading a raw code, we are going to be making use of under the publish, we'll make use of code. Or if you are making use of, if you have other means that you want to upload with, you can select the container, then you select the operating system that your code is going to be running on. But you can only select this container only if you are writing your HTML code to run either only on Windows or only on Linux operating system. But for the fact that I want my code to run on every operating system, I'm going to be selecting code. Now, once I select the code, then I'm going to come down here and I will select run. I will select .NET 8 LTX. That is the runtime stack that I want my code to run on. Okay, so I'll come down, I'll select the region. When you're selecting the region you're going to be selecting is it should be a region that is close to where your users or your target audience is. So for myself, I am going to be selecting okay, let me scroll down. I'll be selecting West US. Right, now I'll go down. Now this is the Windows plan. These are the prices, the different Windows prices. You can select the free one so that you won't have to pay anything for the test, for the purpose of our testing. Then here we already have this guy, so let us come down here. Now there is no need for us to select any database because we don't have any reason for that right now. Then we go up again. Let's come down to networking. Okay, so our public access is enabled. Then let's go over to monitor and secure. Monitor and secure, we need to make sure that all these things are put into proper place for us to be able to run an effective deployment. So right here, our app insight is up and running. So I will go back down here and click on review and create. So it's validating right now. It's validating. It's going to take some moments. Okay, it's already done. So the next thing now, we are going to create our web service. I'll click on create. So you can see it's initializing the deployment right now. So while this is going on, let us go and get a HTML template. So let's just come down here and say HTML templates, download, free download. We come down here, it's coming up. Let's just give it some minutes. It's going to be up. Okay, it's already there now. So we come down a bit. Free CSS website templates, you can get it from here. This guy can give it to you. Okay, so once you come inside of here, you click on your accept cookies. You can get any HTML templates here. Let's use one of these beautiful websites. We can use this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and download this. Okay, MediPlus. So right now I'll go over to my file explorer, my file manager. I'll come down here and then I'm going to come into my download. I will extract this, extract all. Okay, extract. Okay, so the reason why I am extracting this file is to enable me to get it uploaded into the DevOps account. Okay, so we're going to open this. So this is our HTML file. We already have our HTML file here now. So let us rename this file to the name of our resources, the name we gave to our app over there. Click on show more, rename. I'll give it test AP. Click outside. Okay, so there we have it. So let us go back to our just a minute. Let me get my file. Test appear. Okay. All right. Okay, there we have it. So right now I will still come back here and then I'm going to say DevOps. I'll open another tab. Now I already have a DevOps account. In my next video I'm going to put down a short video on how to successfully create a DevOps account. So we can come down here and click on, I already have a shortcut for my DevOps. I already have that, so I'm going to click on that to get my code uploaded into my DevOps account. Now once I do this, I am going to come down to my repository. I'll come down to my repository. Okay, this is my repository. I will just click on my repository, just click on it. It's going to open. Now I want to upload a new repository. I'll come down here. You are seeing this because I already have my DevOps account opened. There is need for you to create a DevOps account. If you do not have one, you can just easily go down to dev devopsazure.com. Click on it. It's going to lead you to where you create your DevOps account, but because I already have a DevOps account, that's the reason why it's bringing me here. So I'm just going to click here, then come down to my repo. I will come down to this arrow, then click on new repository. I will enter the name of my app, test AP. I'm going to click on create. The moment I do that, all right, so my repo is up and running now. So I'm going to be uploading my code through the Git. Git is going to help me to upload my code into this DevOps account. So I will just come over here and I will click on clone. I'm going to copy this code. Meanwhile, before you do that, you should download your Git into your system. So I'm going to click here, open Git GUI here. I'll click here. I'm going to click on clone existing repository. I'll paste my link here. Then I'm going to come down here and select the place where I have my Azure code. Remember, I'm uploading this from my local machine. I want this code to run from my local machine, which is my computer. So I'll come down here. This is where I normally store my codes, Azure projects. I'll select the folder. Then I'll come down here and put a slash. Then what am I going to do next? I am going to put the name of my app, test AP. Then I'll click on OK. It's coming up. So what is definitely going on here now is Git is creating a repository where I will be able to upload my code inside my local computer. So I'm going to come down here now. I'll come down here and I'll click here. I'll come down to download. Then I'll enter here where I have my code. I'll open this code, Control A, copy. I'll copy this code. Then I'll come in here and I will go into this my local disk. This is where I saved my Azure, all my Azure codes. You can see the test app that we created before now. So I'm going to paste all my code here, Control V. Okay, so I have all my code in my Azure project repository created by my Git. Now, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to come down to my repository and click on rescan. So my code is now up. I'm going to click on stage changed. I'll click on yes. I'll click on continue. Okay, now I'm going to commit my code so that it will be able to, oh, I'm sorry, so we need to type in here first, let's say first version of test AP 101. Then I'll click on commit. Okay, so my code is being uploaded right now. I'm going to push it into my cloud account, into the master branch of my cloud account. You can see it here. I'm going to push it. Okay, it is going. Now, once it is done, you see the message up here. It will tell you success. All right, so my code is uploaded. Now I'll click on close. So right now I'm going to close down all this. I'll close this guy. I'll close this. Now let us come back to my DevOps account. So now my code is already uploaded into my DevOps account. Then when I come down here and I click on, I'll click here, sorry, I'll come down here, click on master. So my codes are here now. My codes are here. You can see this is my code. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to come down. I'm sure my web app. All right, so my web app is ready right now. This is my web app. It is ready right now. So what I'm going to do next right now is to come into my Azure. I'll come into my Azure account. I'm going to run a build pipeline. A build pipeline is what helps us to prepare our code and get it ready to be uploaded into the cloud account. So I'm going to click here on my pipeline. Then I'll click on new pipeline. I'll click on new pipeline. Then I'm going to use a classic editor to enable me do this effectively. Then I'll come down, scroll it down. I'll change my schedule, my manual and schedule build, because I'm building this manually. So I'm going to change this to where I stored my code, which is the master repo. Then I'll click on continue. So right now I'm going to click on an empty job. Once I click on my empty job, I'm going to come down here. I'll come to the agent job. Then once I come to the agent job, I'm going to do two things. I'll be selecting the agents. The agents are just like softwares that are going to help you to build your code into artifacts so that it will be able to run into the cloud, in the cloud. So I'm going to search for Copy. Copy is a software made available. Copy is a software that is going to get my code from my Git into, it's going to get it from Git into the build pipeline. So I'm going to select this guy, copy. Then secondly, I am going to select build artifacts, build publish artifacts. So this is it, build publish artifacts. So these are the two softwares I'm going to be using to enable me get this done. So I'll click on this guy, then I'll come down here. I'm going to copy this. This is the folder where this job is going to be built. I'll copy this, and then I'm going to paste it here, Control V. I'll still come down a bit, then I'll come in here, click on this and copy this directory. This is the directory where my code is going to be built in order for it to be ready to be uploaded into the cloud. I'll click here and paste this here. Now my artifact, it's ready to be built. I'm going to change this username to test AP. Then I'll click on save and queue. All right, save and queue, then save and run. Okay, so you can see my code is running. My code is running now. It's building my code into an artifact because that is the only way it will be able to be uploaded into the cloud. You can see it is building. Okay, Git version, you can see it's coming up. You can see it running here. Okay, upload artifacts. So it's building my code into an artifact now. Let's just give it some few minutes. So I'll be right back while it is still building. Okay, so welcome back. My code is successfully built now and is waiting to be uploaded into the cloud. So right now you can see. Now let me show you something. When you come down here and you click on browse, Once you click on browse, you will see that the cloud is going to show something entirely different. Now this is to show you that the code is already here, that there is no code here. I'm sorry, that there is no code here. So this is a default website that is already in the Microsoft cloud. Now let us come down here to the repository. Now my build pipeline is ready, so I'm going to go down to the release pipeline. The release pipeline is going to help us to put our code, is going to help us deploy our code into the cloud. So now I'll come down here to new, I'll click on new release pipeline, then I'm going to click on empty job. I'm going to put it as production. Okay, now I'm going to close this. I'm going to add my artifacts. I'll just click here. Then this is my artifact test app. You can see it's already listed here. That is my artifact. I'll click on add. Now I'm going to come to production, 1 job 0 task. This is my production. Now I'm going to click here. Once I click here, now we are going to need another software here which is going to help us to upload our code into the cloud, and this software is called Azure App Deploy. Azure App Deploy. Azure App Deploy. Now this is the app that we need. You can use it to deploy your Docker code, your Java code, your .NET code, your core code, Node.js, PHP, Python, and Ruby. So I will add it up here. Now I'm going to come down here and I will select my subscription. My subscription is Azure Proj Sub. I'll click on it. I'll come down here. I will select my app service name. It's going to show the name of my app service. It's already in there. Now I'll come down a bit. I'm going to select my build artifact. This is my build artifact saved as drop. I'll click on OK. Now my code is ready to be uploaded. You can see the settings. My code is ready to be uploaded. Now I'm going to save. Oh, sorry, before I'll save, let me change this name to test AP. Then I'll click on save. I'll click on OK. I'll click on create releases. Then I'll click on create. So my code is being released. Now let's click on release 1. Okay, you can see that my code is being queued for production. Okay, it's in progress, initializing job. So you can see it is going on. It is going on now. It is going on. Downloading artifact. Okay, Azure service deploying. So in the within the shortest period, you will see that the app is going to be online working. 3/3 of the task. You can see it is moving. It's in progress. So let's just give it some minutes while it is loading. It's coming up. So I'm going to pause this video while we wait for it to deploy within the shortest period. Let me just pause the video. Okay, so you can see my code is being successfully deployed. Now let's click on browse. Let's see what we have. Okay, you see it's telling me that I do not have a permission you do not have a permission to view this directory. So you can check off the next video where I have already uploaded how to make this code to be seen when it is being uploaded. Thank you very much. So there are still other things that we need to know here, which I've already made some videos and uploaded before now. you can check in the videos that we have done here. Thank you very much.